Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Easy English Stories. I hope you are having a calm and peaceful day today. We will travel far back in time. We will go to ancient Egypt. We will visit a beautiful city by the sea. We will meet one of the most famous women in history. Her name was Cleopatra. This story is for English learners, so please relax. Listen slowly. Do not worry. If you do not understand every word, just follow the story. Every sentence will help your English listening. Every new word is a small step forward. Today's story is about Cleopatra, the last great queen of Egypt. 3 words can describe her story: power, intelligence, danger. Cleopatra was not just beautiful. She was intelligent. She was brave. She spoke many languages. She lived in a palace. She met powerful Roman leaders. She tried to save her country. But her life was not easy. Her family fought for power. Rome became stronger every year, and Cleopatra had to make difficult choices. Can one woman protect a country from the most powerful empire in the world? Can intelligence be stronger than an army? Can a queen control her own future? This is the story of Cleopatra, the last queen of Egypt. Can you imagine living in a palace in Alexandria? Outside your window, you can see the sea. You can hear ships coming from many countries. You can see traders, soldiers, teachers, and artists. The city is full of books. It is full of ideas. It is full of danger. 2. Now imagine you are young. Your father is a king. Your family is powerful. But your family is also dangerous. Brothers fight brothers. Sisters fight sisters. Everyone wants the throne. Everyone wants power. Now imagine this. You are a young woman in a world ruled by men. Many people think you should be quiet. Many people think you should obey. But you do not want to be weak. You want to rule. You want to speak to your people. You want to protect your country. This was Cleopatra's world. Cleopatra was born in Alexandria. Alexandria was one of the most important cities in the ancient world. It was in Egypt. It was near the sea. Many ships came to Alexandria. People came from Greece, Rome, Egypt, and many other places. There were rich markets. There were temples. There were palaces. There were schools. There were libraries. Alexandria was a city of learning. Cleopatra was born into the Ptolemaic family. This family ruled Egypt for many years, but they were not originally Egyptian. They came from a Greek Macedonian family connected to the world after Alexander the Great. Cleopatra's first language was Greek. But Cleopatra was different from many rulers in her family. She learned the Egyptian language. This was very important. She wanted to speak to the Egyptian people. She wanted them to know that she was their queen. She also learned other languages. She studied many subjects. She learned about politics. She learned about religion. She learned about science. She learned how to speak with leaders from other countries. For Cleopatra, language was power. Knowledge was power. A queen needed more than a crown. A queen needed a sharp mind. Cleopatra's special power was not only beauty. Her special power was intelligence. She knew how to speak. She knew how to listen. She knew how to make people remember her. She understood that words could open doors. She understood that language could build trust. Most people remember Cleopatra as a queen, but we should also remember her as a learner. She learned languages because she needed to connect with people. She learned history because she needed to understand the world. She learned politics because her country was in danger. At that time, Egypt was rich, but Egypt was not as strong as Rome. Rome was growing. Roman armies were powerful. Roman leaders wanted more land. They wanted more money. They wanted more control. Egypt had grain. Egypt had wealth. Egypt had an important place near the sea. So Rome was watching Egypt. Cleopatra understood this. She knew that Egypt could not ignore Rome. She had to be clever. She had to be careful. She had to be strong. When Cleopatra became queen, she was still very young. She began her rule with her brother Ptolemy XIII. This was the tradition in her family. A brother and sister could rule together, but sharing power was not easy. Cleopatra wanted to make decisions. She wanted to lead. She wanted to be the real ruler, but her brother had advisors. These advisors wanted to control the young king. They did not want Cleopatra to be too powerful. They did not want a strong queen, so they worked against her. Slowly, the problem became bigger. The palace became dangerous. The court was full of secrets. People whispered. People chose sides. Some people supported Cleopatra. Some people supported her brother. Cleopatra was queen, but she was not safe. This was her first great problem. She had power, but other people wanted to take it away. Soon, Cleopatra lost control. Her brother's side became stronger. Cleopatra had to leave Egypt. Imagine this moment. She was a queen, but she could not stay in her own palace. She could not sit on her own throne. She had to leave her own country. Many people would give up. Many people would cry and disappear. But Cleopatra did not give up. She went away from Egypt, but she did not forget Egypt. She started to plan. She needed soldiers. She needed money. She needed allies. An ally is a person who helps you. Cleopatra needed someone powerful, someone who could help her return, and at this time, one of the most powerful men in the world came to Egypt. His name was Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was a Roman leader. He was very powerful. He came to Alexandria during a time of Roman conflict. Cleopatra understood something important. If Caesar helped her, she could become queen again, but there was a problem. Her brother's people controlled the city. It was dangerous for Cleopatra to enter Alexandria. If her enemies found her, they could capture her. So Cleopatra needed a clever plan, according to the famous story. Cleopatra found a surprising way to meet Caesar. She was secretly brought into the palace. Some stories say she was hidden inside a carpet or a bag of cloth. When Caesar saw her, he was surprised. This young queen was brave. She risked her life to speak to him. She did not come like a weak person. She came like a ruler. She spoke with confidence. She explained her problem. She showed Caesar that she was intelligent. She showed him that she could be useful to Rome. This meeting changed her life. Caesar supported Cleopatra. The fight for Egypt continued. There was danger in Alexandria. There was war. But in the end, Cleopatra returned to power. Her brother Ptolemy XIII died after the conflict. Cleopatra became queen again. This was a great power shift. She had lost her throne. Then she returned. She had been pushed away. Then she came back stronger. Cleopatra and Caesar became close. They had a son. His name was Caesarion. Cleopatra wanted her son to have a powerful future. Later, Cleopatra went to Rome. This was a bold choice. Rome was the center of power, but Rome was also dangerous. Many Romans did not like foreign queens. Some people did not trust Cleopatra. Some people feared Caesar was becoming too powerful. Then, something terrible happened. Julius Caesar was killed in Rome. After Caesar's death, Cleopatra returned to Egypt. Now the world was changing again. Rome entered another period of fighting. Powerful men wanted control. One of these men was Mark Antony. He was a Roman general. He was strong. He was famous. He controlled the eastern part of the Roman world for a time. Mark Antony needed Egypt. He needed money. He needed ships. He needed support. Cleopatra also needed him. She needed Roman protection. She needed an ally. So Cleopatra and Mark Antony became close. Their relationship was political. It was personal. 2, they had children together. For some time, Cleopatra looked powerful again. She was queen of Egypt. She was connected to a strong Roman leader. She had wealth. She had influence. But far away in Rome, another man was watching. His name was Octavian. Octavian was Caesar's adopted heir. He wanted power. He did not trust Mark Antony. He did not trust Cleopatra. Octavian used words as weapons. He told Roman people that Mark Antony had forgotten Rome. He said Cleopatra was dangerous. He said she wanted too much power. Slowly, many Romans turned against Antony and Cleopatra. The conflict became too big to stop. The final fight came at sea. It was the Battle of Actium. Antony and Cleopatra fought against Octavian's forces, but they lost. After this defeat, everything changed. Antony and Cleopatra returned to Egypt. They tried to prepare. They tried to hold on to power, but Octavian was too strong. His army came to Egypt. Antony lost again. Then Antony died. Cleopatra was now alone. She was captured by Octavian. He was polite to her, but she knew the truth. She was his prisoner. Cleopatra understood what could happen next. Octavian could take her to Rome. He could show her in a public parade. For a queen. This was a terrible shame. Cleopatra did not want her enemies to control her final story. So she chose death. People have told many stories about how she died. Some say poison, some say a snake. The exact truth is not fully known, but we know this. Cleopatra died in Alexandria in 310 BC. She was about 39 years old. After her death, Egypt became part of the Roman Empire. Cleopatra was the last active pharaoh of Egypt. Her life ended, but her story did not end. People still talk about her more than 2,000 years later. So what can we learn from Cleopatra? We can learn that intelligence is power. Cleopatra lived in a dangerous world. She could not win only with beauty. She needed language. She needed knowledge. She needed courage. She needed strategy. She made mistakes. She trusted powerful men. She took great risks. Some of her plans failed, but she never lived like a weak person. She tried to protect her country. She tried to speak to her people. She tried to control her own future. Her story teaches us that learning can change a life. A language can open a door. A book can give a person strength. A clear mind can help us survive hard times. Cleopatra was not perfect. No person is perfect, but she was memorable because she used her mind. When we learn English, we are also building power, not the power of a king or queen, but the power to understand, the power to speak, the power to connect with people. Cleopatra learned languages because she wanted to speak to different people. You are learning English for the same reason. Maybe you want a better job. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to study. Maybe you want to understand movies, books, or people from other countries. Every word you learn is useful. Every sentence you understand is progress. Every story you listen to makes your English stronger. Do not worry if your English is not perfect. Cleopatra did not become powerful in one day. You will not become fluent in one day, but you can improve step by step. Listen every day, read every day, speak a little every day. And remember, learning a language is not only about grammar, it is about opening your world. Thank you for listening to this story today. I hope you enjoyed the story of Cleopatra. I hope this story helped you practice your English listening. If you liked this video, please give it a like. If you want more simple English stories, please subscribe to Easy English Stories. Now, I have 3 questions for you. Please answer in the comments. Question 1. What do you think was Cleopatra's greatest strength? Question 2. Do you think learning languages can change a person's life? Question 3. Which historical person do you want to hear about next? Thank you. My friends, keep learning, keep listening, and keep enjoying your English journey.